And we'll get started with the classic. Hey guys, it's me, Darcy, joined by Kris.
Hello.
Yes. The fuck was that?
Packet fella?
Odd start. And welcome back once again to the Unnamed podcast, where we sit here and talk rubbish. Right.
I forgot I should probably turn this down.
You never do it anyhow.
It's because I forget.
Oh man, no, that's good. Yeah, so welcome back to the Unnamed podcast. Edition something.
A number that you will read.
Double digits.
It's been double digits for a while.
That's because there's a lot of double digits before you get to triple digits.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying it's been a while since we've passed single.
Yeah, no, I'm fairly sure it's exponential growth.
Yeah.
Because yes, it is exponential growth. Because it's 10 to get to double. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 10 to get to double. Because you don't hit double till 10.
And true.
So 10 to get to double. Then 100 to get to triple. Then 1,000 to get to quad.
Mm-hmm.
Then 10,000 to get to 5.
Yeah.
For some reason I want to say like, I can't remember
Where you were going with it.
I was trying to think of the word that they use for, because it's like twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets.
Yes.
I'm like, what's the 5 one?
6.
What?
No.
What's the 5 one? 6.
No.
Incorrect.
No, you already said it. Oh yeah, no, Quinn, you said good. So what is 5?
Quinn is 4. For some reason, I think it's like it starts with a C, but I could be wrong. Surprisingly, this isn't something that
See, I was jumping ahead and going to 6.
This isn't something that they teach us in school.
No.
Probably because it's not overly important.
Because that's quite rare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, you join us in my lair room, the place where I spend a lot of my time when I'm not working or at the gym or doing anything, and it's kind of a mess at the moment because I've got all these boxes everywhere of stuff.
Yes.
So hopefully I'll clean that up by next time, but it's me and I'm very lazy, so probably not.
Yeah, if you're as lazy as me, yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. Oh, in other news, Kris, I have been thinking about ways to try and get viewership up.
Okay, yes.
Because that's how growth works,
Generally.
exponential or not. And I was looking at the problems, and other than the obvious way to get viewership up, which is renaming this podcast, Guides for Parents. Get so many views. Parenthood, a guide. I got heaps good advice on how to raise kids, though.
I'm sure on that one.
Okay. Piece of advice number 1. Do not leave your kid next to a nuclear reactor.
Don't leave anyone beside it.
Hey, if you're a goddamn grown up, you can do whatever the fuck you feel like.
Okay, fair.
Even if that means you walk up to that nuclear reactor and just go, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Then you should probably go see a doctor.
Immediately.
Why are you here today? Well, I licked a nuclear reactor.
You stupid?
What? Why would you do that? Because I'm a goddamn grown up.
I'm an adult. I make my own decisions.
I am a grown-ass man. I do what I want.
A grown-ass man, I can do what I want. Maybe we shouldn't leave you alone. Ever again?
Okay. Interesting. No. Yes.
Psych ward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always. I'm a grown-ass man. Where's that from? Oh, it's from something. Oh, I know what it's from. It's from Bulldogs. Because they're making fun of what's his name? The guy from Bad Boys.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, not Will Smith,
That dude.
the other one.
Yeah.
I want to say
Fuck, I have no idea.
I have Martin in my head for some reason. Yeah, I have Martin in my head. Anyway, and when he goes to slap the bull, they're like teasing him about talking to his wife. He's like, I'm a grown-ass man. I can do what I want.
True. Now I need to find out.
What his name is?
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've been thinking about like the how we could entice more people to view our stuff.
It was Martin.
Martin Clunes.
Lawrence.
Oh! He's Martin Clunes. And like one of the issues that I keep coming back to is that like all of our videos are like an hour long. And I was like, that could be an issue.
Martin Clune?
Oh, he's the British guy.
Yeah.
Martins. Oh, so many Martins. No, yeah. So I was like, yeah. I'm like, I look at the thing. I'm like, maybe the problem is that all of our videos are like an hour long. And I sit there and I go, it's a problem, isn't it?
It is a bit.
Because like, for me, if a video is super short, like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, by the time you sit down, you start it up, you start doing other stuff.
You look for
The video's over. The video's gone. Like, it's gone, and now you've got to click on other things, or you've got to choose another video.
Myself, I don't have to choose another video for another hour.
Exactly. I see. I like long videos. I hate videos that are like 15 minutes long because it's like, you know what you can achieve in 15 minutes? Nothing. No one can achieve anything in 15 minutes.
No, you could.
What? Yeah.
I could walk upstairs, grab the vacuum my floor.
I said 15 minutes, Chris, not an hour and a half.
That doesn't take me an hour and a half.
I've seen you walk upstairs, boy.
It's more of a drag.
I will get there. No, but yeah, so I like videos that are like around that half hour to like hour range because I'm like, put it on. I don't really watch videos. Like that's the truth.
That's fair.
I think it comes down to
Have
the
it in
fact
the
that
background, something funny happens, rewind it slightly, and then look at it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like because like I'm generally doing about 10 things at once.
Yes.
So I don't really watch videos. And I never understood like because like people talk about it all the time in some of the YouTube stuff that I watch, and it's like, oh yeah, people watching on the bus or when they're doing transport and stuff. And I was like, back when I was like catching trains and buses and shit every day, I was like, am I gonna watch it? No, I'm gonna sit there in silence and just hope that no one starts trying to talk to me.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I did.
I think one of the big things was like I'd occasionally listen to music, but I'd always have my big headphones on, so that if someone did sit next to me, I was like, "Do not talk to me. Do not talk to me. Do not talk to me. I got headphones on. I got headphones on. Leave me alone, please. Please leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you."
I never had the big headphones. I mean, I had the earbuds.
The other thing was that if I was like catching a bus to somewhere or a train to somewhere where I had a class, I was generally catching it back with people who had been in the class with me, so I'd just chat to them. So
makes sense.
I was never big on watching YouTube, and like one of the crazy things that like I find ridiculous because it just grosses me out is people who take their phone into the bathroom with them to watch shit, or like go through like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and I'm like, leave your phone out of the bathroom. No one wants that because like people go, oh, it's just so I can stay entertained. And it's like, yeah, but then think about what you do with that phone. You come out of the bathroom, you wash your hands. Do you wash your phone? No, you don't. And then you go like, oh, me and my friends are going out for dinner, so you put the fucking phone on the table where everyone's food is. Gross.
Yeah, it's not great.
Or you make yourself dinner and you put the phone next to where your food is. Gross. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of people using the phone in the bathroom. Don't do that. That's gross.
It's fair.
It's gross, man. Unless you are washing your phone. If you're washing your phone after every time, great job.
Yeah. Good on you.
You may continue to use your phone in the bathroom, but if you're not, seriously think about that because that's gross.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even like wearing my fucking watch in the bathroom because I'm like, no. Everything comes off. Everything comes off.
Just can't bother to take it off.
Everything comes off. Because it's like...
I mean, mine's able to get wet, so I can...
Mine is also able to get wet.
What's the problem?
It's just I don't want toilet water on it.
I'm not saying use toilet water. What the fuck? Are you washing your hands with toilet water?
No.
No. You leave. You go to the bathroom.
Sorry, that's just where my mind went when you're like, hey, it can get wet. I'm like, what are you doing? Dunking your arm in the fucking toilet?
Oh, fuck off.
What are you doing? Don't worry, my watch is waterproof. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about your hands in the fucking toilet.
Never said stick your hand in the toilet. Fuck.
That's just where my mind went when you said my watch is waterproof. My watch is waterproof.
Washing my hands.
Why the fuck are you putting it in a toilet for?
Fucking hell.
Don't worry, my phone's waterproof. That's disgusting.
Anyone else thought of that? Leave a comment.
So that's 100% where my mind went. Like, well, that or it's like you just like, I don't worry about splashback. Waterproof.
No, I worry about splashback.
Everyone should worry about splashback.
Yeah. It's not great.
The only thing worse than splashback is when the dude next to you pisses on your pants. You're like, dude, how?
I've never had that.
No, neither have I, but I've been at a lot of drunk uni parties where it's like, someone comes out, you're like, you wet yourself because, you know, like, you go into the bathroom at a uni thing and you're like, when your hands are wet and there's like no paper towel, you're just like,
You just wipe it on your
fuck.
pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'd always, like, people come back with like wet pockets and you're like, piss yourself. But yeah. It's like, I've seen some crazy things when people are drunk, especially at uni parties. Like,
Yeah.
so the uni pub at where I went to university was called the Roundhouse.
Yep.
Shout out to UNSW. And the male bathroom was like set up so you'd walk in past all the sinks and stuff, because you come through and then there'd be all the sinks, and then there was like a little gap in the wall. You walk in there, to the right was the stalls, to the left was just this big open area with like urinals circling all around the walls. Pretty standard, you know, nothing crazy there.
Just in case it didn't look like it, he was very close to hitting you in the face every time.
That not meant
That
did.
one did.
So anyway, so we're at this uni party, right? And like, we're drinking, everyone's having fun. Darcy's like, I gotta go pee. I gotta go pee. I walk in and I'm just like, because half the urinal's being used, right? That's a uni party. But then like in the middle, there's just this one like Asian guy standing there, staring at everyone.
What?
I'm just like,
Leave?
and I'm just like, this is weird. And so I walk in, piss, leave, wash my hands, all the good stuff. And they're like, oh, you were going, they're like, oh, you were gone a long time. And I was like, only because I had to like stop when I got there, because there's just this Asian guy standing in the middle, like looking at everyone's backs. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. And the dude's like, give me a second. He comes back, he's like, yeah, he's still there. And then like for the rest of the night, we're like, is he still there? Yeah, he's still there.
What the hell?
Like,
So it was high.
Either he's tripping balls right now,
100%.
or
100%.
or
He thinks he's off on some adventure somewhere else.
or the uni took a new stance on having someone make sure everyone's safe in the bathroom. Don't worry, boys. I'll keep you safe. Nothing dangerous going on here. But, you know, that was the craziest. That was just crazy, because I was like,
Yeah.
the fuck? Why are you watching people?
Questionable at best.
I also remember one time at a uni party. Well, it wasn't a uni party. It was like after a uni party at the pub down the road.
Yeah.
The Reach, if you're from Sydney. So we're at the Reach, and I walk in to piss, and there's a guy at the urinal, and all I can see is butt cheek as I walk in. I'm like, why is his pants around his ankles? To be fair, when he pulled them up and walked out, I was like, you see that guy that walked out? They're like the one in the incredibly tight pants. I'm like, that makes sense. His pants were super tight, so he had to get them.
Yeah.
But I was like,
yeah.
he was doing the old fashioned pants around the ankle, and they're like, the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I would hate to do that, because like that's how you get someone else's piss on your pants.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it anywhere near the floor. Fuck that.
Oh, I hate going out for that one reason in particular.
It's bad enough that our shoes have to touch the floor.
Have you ever been into like the goat.
Yes.
Every time I've gone there, which is only like 7 times, but every time I've gone there, I've walked into the male bathroom and been like, why is it flooded again? Like, okay, first of all, this is upstairs, so I can only imagine what it's doing to the ceiling below.
True.
Secondly, why is it always flooded? Why do you have to, like, island hop to the one dry spot to go and take a piss?
Well, if you go into the right one, it's like one of the taps always doesn't work. And it's not the same one, it's different.
That doesn't explain flooding.
No, it doesn't. I walked in one day and I'm like, well, there's a hole in that door. Nice, cool.
Oh, that's just classy.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing I only walked in to take a piss.
Oh, yeah, no, like,
That wasn't the door to, like, get into the toilets. It was one of the cubicles.
yeah, no.
But still.
It's kind of like the,
I know there was another day that the door was just hanging off. I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
remember when we were changing to go do the swimming session after the gym session?
Yeah.
And how they've shuffled some things around?
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed that at the gym now, if you're standing in the right spot in the male bathroom changing, you just look out and everyone down the hallway can see you.
That's why I step into one of the showers.
You give them a wave and just say, nothing to see here, boys.
That's why it's like, bag goes on that little seat and then I step back into one of the showers.
True. But yeah, no, I just found that one funny because I was getting changed and I turned around and was like, excellent. Like, it was a great time too because I think there was a bunch of school kids there as well at the time and I was just like, excellent.
Nice.
This is how we end up on lists.
It indeed is. No, that's like one of the first things I noticed when I walked in. Like,
Gonna have to talk to my sister because she's like at the goat every weekend. But I just want to get like a
see if it's just the male toilets that are always flooded.
I was gonna ask her. Yeah, at the goat, are the toilets always flooded? Maybe she can talk to one of the people she knows there and get the explanation. Why are the male bathrooms always flooded?
Stupidity. Is the most part I want to put it down to.
That's what I say. It's just one of those things where it's like it's happened every time I've been there. So it's like well and truly at the point where it's like it's not even like, oh, this is weird. It's just like this is from my experience, this is the norm. Why is this the norm? Why have we accepted these bathrooms to be flooded?
Have they just gone through them like the owners just like, I can't be bothered to fix that every week? So he waits a month?
It seems like the easiest fix to me would just be to put a fucking drain in the middle of the men's bathroom with a pipe that goes to the sewer system because you don't know where that water came from.
Yes.
So just, and then, hey, why isn't the bathroom flooded anymore? I feel the people who flood it would be really upset by that, but...
Oh yeah, 100%. But probably someone like chucking something in the sink and just turning the tap on and not turning it off.
Yeah, no, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Destruction is fun.
I can't disagree with that.
But yes, no, that was just like my fucking thing. I was like, why is this always a thing? That's why I don't. It's why like one of my greatest fears when I'm out and about is like subway burps. Yes, that's not my fear. My fear isn't subway burps. My fear.
I'm like burping on a train.
That was just my lunch coming back up. No, my greatest fear is like when you're out and about and you're like, oh no, I really need to use the bathroom. Nice, well done. I really need to use the bathroom, and you're like, and I can't hold it, and you're like, I'm going to have to use a public restroom.
Yep.
And you're sitting there going, I'm going to have to use a public restroom. Not only am I going to have to use a public restroom, which in itself is horrifying, because sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're very, very bad.
Oh, yes. And then everything in between.
Sometimes you like walk up to one and you're like, I'm not going in there, because I'll probably get stabbed.
Yeah. That's
and,
fair. Yeah.
That's just some public restrooms around. So yeah, so that's like always my greatest fear. Like when you're out and you're like, oh god, I have to use a public restroom. Fortunately, in Sydney, we used to just like go into the Hilton.
Yeah.
And you just like wave to the people on thing, go and use their bathroom because it's clean, it's nice. They have really nice smelling little soapy bits.
Oof.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fancy hotel, man. What can I say? Fancy hotel.
Fancy hotel. A bunch of drunks always walk into just to take a piss.
And sometimes not drunks. Sometimes you're just, in the city doing, I don't know, whatever you do in the city, shopping.
Yeah.
You'd go into the city to do some shopping and you'd be like, I really need to go to the bathroom. Oh, the Hilton's just down this way. Hit him with your shopping bag. Say, can you just wash these for me? Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. What room are you staying in? None.
None. Bye.
I just don't like public toilets, okay? Leave me alone.
This is a public toilet. Shut up.
Well, technically it's
At
not.
least it's a well-maintained one.
It's a privately owned toilet.
It's a privately owned toilet that the public has access to.
Yes.
Because remember, you said you just walked off the street to use the toilet.
Yes.
And no one stopped you.
No one did. But I like to think that's because you'd always go in there with a little bit of swagger.
Okay.
It's one of those things where you walk in like you're supposed to be there and no one questions it.
It makes sense.
And then you just walk out again. Yeah.
Did that guy just only go to the toilet? Yes.
It's the 5th time we've seen him this week.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, no.
What day is it? Tuesday. Huh?
I just caught a bus in. You wouldn't believe. Wait, where were you? Oh, I was at my house. But
I needed to go to the toilet. So here I am.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if someone did that. You don't have to clean up the toilet after, It's always well maintained. It's got a nice ambience going on.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you just want to be adventurous, I use my bathroom every day. I'm going to the Hilton.
Yeah. Why not?
It's a very long trip if you live.
If you live on the outskirts.
There's a sketchy guy on the train. What's he doing? Sorry, I really have to go to the bathroom.
He's bouncing up and down.
Why didn't you get off at the last train station? I'm going to the Hilton.
Why are you going to the Hilton?
I just said I really have to go to the. No, anyway, yeah, no. So that's like my advice on if you're ever caught out. Just find the fanciest hotel around you and go into their restroom because they'll have one. They'll have one in the lobby because they don't want you to get caught out because they're fancy.
True. Smart.
But and because they're fancy, no one's going to question you as long as you act like you should be there.
So don't walk in a singlet, no shoes, holes in the singlet.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Never walk in like that.
You know what? Don't even go out like
Fortunately, that's not how I dress. In general.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Neither do I.
I don't go for the old bogan chic.
Yeah, no. I avoid that one.
Gotta love it though, don't you? Gotta love it.
No, I don't. I really don't.
It's pretty bad actually.
It's a horrid look.
Oh man, it's fucking crazy.
Just get some clothes, please. Not from Best and Less.
There's nothing wrong with getting your clothes from Best and Less,
No,
Kris.
because they're going to go there and they're going to get a singlet.
So what you're saying is that personally, and this is Kris's opinion, bogans need to learn about sleeves.
Yeah.
This is a sleeve. It covers the arm. They come in multiple sizes. Long, short, super short, mid-range.
And you can even hide the fact that you beat your wife.
Oh, that's a rough take.
Well, we all know what those singlets are called.
Yes. I wear singlets.
It's acceptable if you're wearing them under a shirt or going to bed.
to go wear them to bed.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Or when I'm swimming.
Yeah, but that's not one of those ones.
It's lycra singlets that I wear. They're not even lycra, they're fucking just swimming material. But
They are, but that's still not the same type of singlet.
well, no, because it's. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking like the classic Bonds white singlet that you buy in like
that's
a
the one I was
six-pack.
talking about.
You buy it in a 6-pack because it comes for convenience,
Yep.
and it kind of blows my mind that like that used to just be the standard thing. Like, oh, I'm wearing a shirt, I must wear a singlet underneath it. Because now it's like I'm wearing a shirt. What am I wearing underneath it? Nothing.
It's too damn hot. Fuck off.
My boobies aren't that big. Don't need a bra.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, otherwise I'm just like, yeah. It's just something that you see a lot of old men doing. It's like, what are you... They're wearing a shirt, and then under the shirt they have another shirt.
No, it's questionable.
Oh,
Especially where we live.
yeah, it's warm. Actually, you know, I saw blue sky today,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yes, we did.
It's been grey and rainy for like a week now. Yes.
A full week? Yes. That's a
Yes.
full week, yeah.
It's not unusual. We do live in the tropics, but
True.
I was just like, and trust me, I love the rain. I actually prefer the rain to bog standard humidity. But
You know what I walked out into today?
bog standard.
Oh, it sucked. It was worse because it's been raining for the last week.
That's the downside. When it stops raining, it gets really fucking hot, and then it's like, hey, remember all that stuff on the ground? Yeah, now you're going to be living in it again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, I hate everything.
Sucks.
Yeah, but as I said, I don't really mind the rain. I just like, I woke up this morning and I kind of looked down my window and went, oh, blue sky. And I was like, holy crap, that's pretty good. Because like last night, when I say last night, when I went to sleep sometime this morning, it was still raining. Like it was full on raining. So when I was like, oh, blue sky, I didn't realize it was like from where I was angled, it was like the only patch of blue sky, and the rest was still all grey. But I was like, those clouds disappeared really quickly. They just fucked right off. They didn't. They're still there.
Well, it was still grey at 6 o'clock this morning.
I was awake at 6 o'clock this morning. I went back to sleep because I was like, when's the time? Looked over,
I finally got to sleep.
saw my Alexa thing sitting there with the time on it, and went, oh, fuck that. And then I rolled over later and I was like, 7 o'clock. Fuck that. And I rolled over and I was like, 7:30, and that's how it went until I got out of bed at 9:30.
I hate those days. They're the worst. They suck.
It's just something that I was like, it's like part of the reason why I love rainy days so much.
Yeah.
Is because I wake up and it's raining and it's wet and I'm just like, I am warm and comfortable. I am going nowhere. And I lay in bed for an hour. Anyhow. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I think when it's just a grey, horrible day, and you wake up and you're just like, and you don't have to force yourself to get out of fucking bed. Nothing was worse than that. But when you can just lay there and be like, nah, fuck it. I'm warm, I'm comfortable, I got the TV going.
See, I can be comfortable and just still not be able to get to sleep, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna move.
That's what ACs are for, my friend, going to sleep.
Who said I didn't have the AC on?
Not Jordan, that's for sure.
Yes. I think he's aware of that.
He went, Kris, you gotta go back to work. And you went, why? And he went, because you're costing me an arm and a leg in power.
You're using more power.
Can't go back to work, we're using too much power. No, they
I've been going back. Because I don't finish the shifts.
They 31 30ish. No, they fuck, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I can't remember either. I'm just like got this fucking interview on Friday, which I'm fucking about. Like, I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be a sucky thing.
Did you find out exactly what it was for?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Because they sent me through an email.
oh nice. What was it for again? Something at the uni.
Yes. Scholarship officer. Yes.
Fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got that coming up, and I'm just like, oh, it's the worst. Mainly because it's 9 o'clock in the morning, which means I have to be there by 9 o'clock, which means I have to be there by like 10 past 8.
I don't know why I reacted like that. That is the time I generally book things.
It's the worst.
And it means I get things done before the gym. Coming here.
True, but it's also just the worst because like it's not too bad, provided I get a good night's sleep. Unfortunately, a lot of the time it's like you're sitting there and it's like, oh, what's the time? Because I am just not drifting off to sleep as I was hoping I would. And you look and you're like,
we've been lying here for 2 hours.
It's 4:30. The sun is coming up. Oh fuck! I hate everyone.
So that one I turned everything off last night.
Man, the sun was coming up. Yeah, so I've got to be there. But as I said, I just fucking hate it when, because like, so many days you're like, so many days. I don't know what it is. Like, I can be dead tired and be like, I'm going to bed, and then 4 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, I'm still fucking awake. I'm still fucking awake.
That's what happened to me yesterday. I left work I sat down to rest a little bit and struggled to stand up. I was that fatigued. Got home and then finally got to sleep at 6 o'clock this morning. Yeah.
That's the worst.
It fucking sucked.
Unfortunately, for some reason, it's been my average at the moment. I'm just like, oh shit. And it's like, I'm actually hoping to like be able to be asleep by like 2 o'clock tonight, because I'm just like, gym today, you know, filming. I've had a busy day.
Yep.
Hopefully it just fucking knocks me out at the end of it, because I'm just like fuck, I hate.
I always hope for it. It never happens.
Yeah.
Well, for me anyway.
I don't know. Just fucking, I don't know why it is, but like, just some days. And like,
It's finished. As long as at least it's more than a second this time.
second. Oh, right. We don't know that.
Currently it says in 36 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I said last time too.
Oh.
That's what I said last time. And it was only a second long, and I never checked because I was just happy to be done with it.
Fair.
And in saying that, that is why over the past 2 days I decided to edit House Flipper,
Okay, yes.
Raft, and this one,
Yep.
because the other video that I've got to edit is about 2 hours long. And
Which one was that one again?
that's the Bunny Man one.
Oh, oh yeah.
That's the Bunny Man one. That's we filmed for over 2 hours and
got nowhere.
whoo, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh, we finished A level. Yes.
We did really well in the first level, and it only took us 20 minutes, and we're like acing it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be done this. We're gonna be out of these caves that hate so much.
And they do.
And then we weren't.
There is so much hate.
And then we weren't, and then I kept smacking my head, and then everything was going bad.
Yeah.
And
I was doing okay at the start, and then I was doing the worst. We kept swapping roles on that one.
dude, the thing was like, it was like either we'd fly, like one of us would fly across that first part, and the other one would die.
Yep. And then the other one had to kill themselves.
And then it was like, okay, we'd fly across the first part, and it was just like, one of us would make it, the other one would die, one of us would make it, the other one would die. And then we got to that part where it's like the button, and the button just hates.
Hates me more than anything else.
It hates me just as much. It doesn't shoot you far enough, it shoots me into the spike. And like, seriously, the crazy thing is, the first time we got across there, my feet hit the spikes and I died. Like, that was it.
Yeah, no. It was,
So I was like, and I feel like had I not died there, we could have
probably would have made
finished it, and it would have been about 5 minutes, as opposed to
at that point we weren't insane.
the hour and 40 we spent on that one level, and and I have to edit it because Bunnyman must come out. Although I'm enough ahead in videos that I'm like, I could like wait it could come out like
in a week or two.
In 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. It could come out a month from now, and I'd still not have to do any editing on anything between now and then.
Yep.
I'm so scared of that video. It's so long. Like, I thought we had long Bunnyman videos before.
Fucking hell.
But they at least, like...
We were determined to finish that level.
And we didn't.
We didn't.
Like, we've had 2 hour videos that I've just chopped down, right? Cut them down, make them shorter.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that with this one. Because we made no progress. Like, I may...
You can cut some stuff out.
Oh, I can shorten it.
You don't even have to speed it up, because it's like just areas where we just die for like half hour, so you can just cut it.
Yeah.
You show a few of them, but...
I'm just like, oh fuck, I'm going to see what I can do with it.
Maybe
but
that'll just become like us doing the first one, and then a compilation of the sounds we make as we die.
It's mainly just crying.
It is.
No, but yeah, so I'm literally sitting there going like, I have that one to do, and I'm just like, not today.
Nope.
Because that was my plan. On Monday I woke up, I'm like, okay, time to edit some videos. I'm going to hit that Bunnyman. I sat down here, I put up the editing software, I looked and I went, I got a house flipper here I can edit.
Fuck yeah.
And I looked at that and I went, I got an hour of house flipper. I can turn that into 2 videos, minimal editing on that because it's like just fucking me and Kris fucking around. I'm like,
Yeah.
house flipper, 2 videos out of that. I'm like, Bunnyman, one video, one terrible edit. Terrible.
After the terrible time that we had.
Oh.
It's not fun. Started off okay.
As I said, I was just so shocked by that one because I really thought, like, when we were doing it, I was like, no, we've never, we've got stuck before. We've spent 20, 40 minutes doing a level, but I'm like, we're gonna finish this. So I pushed us from an hour out to an hour and a half. I'm like, we're gonna finish this. So I pushed us to 2 hours, and then I was just like, we're at 2 hours. We have to stop. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing. We can't keep doing. We can't. We can't.
Like, we'd be in an institution now if we did.
And like that's just it. I was just like, oh god, we cannot. I'm like, I can't. This is pretty much where I was at, and I was just like, as I don't really want to relive that.
It's taking us back to that point. Like, I mean, holy shit. And we still have to finish it.
We have to finish it. But more than that, I have to edit it.
You did. You did.
I have to edit it, and the problem is, Kris, I was looking at that, and I was looking at us playing it, and I was like, that is some of the best we've ever been at playing it. Like, we were making good jumps, we were doing shit. We did some amazing things in there that we shouldn't have been able to do.
It's like, towards the end of it, I'd, given up. And it's the quickest I'd ever gotten across some of those gaps.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what happened? Why is it when I gave up, it got better?
Mm-hmm.
But then Darcy kept dying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but, it was just one of it, one of us would make it, and, generally, it was the person that was in front would have no problems. But I just don't know what it was.
Well, no, sometimes it was me, as I kicked you on the way past.
True. But, and another, it was and just, at one point, I just kind of forgot that it swapped us every time. And I just,
You just launched yourself into it.
Boom! Straight into your spine. And I was just like, But yeah, no, it was insane.
Yeah, I haven't got much to say about that one.
But yeah, no, as I said, the worst part is that,
I think it might be a video that I comment on, it would just be a scream.
We never finished it. We never finished it, and so now we have to go back, and we have to do it again. We We have to finish it. But that is the only level we've done so far that like I couldn't.
And it defeated us?
Yes, but like. Yeah, yes, it did. It was just like usually it's like we get to one and we don't finish that one because it's like we've done 3-4 other missions. The first one we did like 20 missions before getting to that point, but like,
true.
It's like you get to the one and you don't finish it, and it's like you're like, yeah, we're close to breaking this one. It's just that we have been going for so long, worn down from the other ones. This one was just like, no, it was just this one level. This one level literally just was like, no, you can't beat me. And we couldn't. And now we have to go back and do it again. And the problem is, we weren't close. Like, we hadn't figured it out, you know?
I mean, I got kind of close. Kind of.
But you know, like, there's always a point in Bunnyman where it's like, you're like, okay, this point's no longer an issue to us.
Did I make it past that point once? The cubes?
You made it past the cubes once.
Yeah.
So we've both made it past the cubes once.
Okay, yeah.
But like, as I said, normally in Bunnyman there is a point we get to where it's like, this is where we're at, right? You know, like this is where we're at.
Yeah.
Then the next point is like, okay, we blitz through this part of the map and we just have to work on this next part. It's like, okay, rightio. So like generally in an episode of Bunnyman, once we've locked down the beginning, it's locked down. Like we very rarely make mistakes on that anymore.
Except for that one video.
What one video?
The one where you kept dying on the spikes right at the start.
Okay, but to be fair,
We'd made it past plenty of times, and then all of a sudden it's like, and we both kept dying at the start.
to be fair, was that the one we had to get the carrot?
No.
Or was
I
that
think it
was that
Actually, it might have been.
was that the one where it was like that first hole just kept getting me, and
Yeah,
it was
it
like
was the first hole.
it was like that first jump, and I was just like, ah. But I said that I made it perfectly clear that whilst it was not hard, it was just that first hole jitters. First hole jitters.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Everyone gets it. Sorry.
Especially in that last map.
So it's
It was one big hole.
just a joke about young men.
Yeah, true.
But no, yeah. So like, there's always been that, but like generally there is a point where it's like, we have a piece of this map where it's like, the chances of us making a mistake here are infinitesimal. It's like generally the mistake comes from one of us just not paying attention and doing something. On this one, we never got that. Like, we could both make it across solo, but generally when one of us made it across, the other one did not. And it was just like, oh god.
It's like that one where I just stopped paying attention. Slid right off the edge.
Yeah.
We made it past the
To be fair, I will say in that one there was a point where I was like, the second something went wrong, I was just falling into spikes because I would just stop trying.
Yep.
But I think that's it, endemic to the game. Like that's the game broke me. It was like, oh, we've made a mistake yet? No, it's not worth it. Just die, restart, try again.
Yep.
Felt like we were Tom Cruise in that movie. Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It's an okay movie.
What's that?
It's an okay movie. I enjoyed it.
I just forgot about it.
The ending doesn't make sense though.
Yeah, I can't remember it.
Yeah. It's like Tom Cruise in that one movie. Die Hard. No, it wasn't in Die Hard.
No.
That was our favorite bald man.
Yes.
Snape. Oh god.
Snape?
Yeah, he's in. He's in there. He's not the bald man.
Yeah, no, he's not. That's
good
what,
old Brucey boy.
That's what threw me off. I'm like, what? I don't recall him being bald and anything.
No. Alan Rickman had fine hair.
He did.
Fine hair.
No point in hiding it.
Except in that one movie he did where he had to wear a fucking cap the whole time. it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like it's the rip-off of Star Trek, the rip-off of Star Trek.
Oh, that
With Sigourney Weaver, Tim Allen, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I remember the one now.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes. Yes. Why can't I think of its name? I'm sure it'll come back to me at one point, sometime.
Eventually.
At some point, I'll just be sitting there and go, "Oh, that was the name of the movie."
And then I'll get a message 3 days later, being like, "Yeah, just the movie title, nothing else."
Probably.
I will have completely forgotten about this conversation.
That's generally how I work. You know, send people information that they don't need or want.
Or remember the conversation for.
Or is relevant.
I received the message and what the fuck is this?
I'm trying to think of the last message I sent you that was just something that had nothing to do with anything. Because usually you get the Wednesday message, which is like, eat lunch.
When's the last time you...
Last week.
Last week. Oh, yeah.
Literally last week. Because of the week before that. Where we didn't eat lunch. We were very hungry. And then we started complaining about pizza places.
That's right. Oh, that was last week.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
It might have been last week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was last week.
I can't remember.
Because I came around and I was like, I still didn't grab lunch. And then we started talking about that. And then we just waited for dinner.
We definitely waited for dinner last week.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the week before that I was complaining about. Yeah, it was the week before, because last week we were talking about mainly me going crazy about being in Sydney. Talking about licking police cars and shit.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Stealing brooms.
What was the week before? Wow, it's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Wow.
So I said you go get lunch, because, lunch is good. Lunch is real good.
Yeah. So
especially on a Wednesday. Like, normally I'm not a big fan of lunch because with the lifestyle I lead and the fact that I do most of my work in the afternoons.
Yeah.
Like, midday is when I'm kind of starting to be active. But on a Wednesday, that's I've been awake for a couple of hours by lunchtime. I'm like, oh man, I understand why people like lunch.
That's
It also doesn't help that I don't eat breakfast.
No, I don't either.
I think that's mainly to spite Rowan.
Oh, that's gold. See, my thing is I just don't. I get it, the Amber's telling me that I should.
It's because you have low blood sugar.
Once. It was one time.
That's just the only time they bothered to check.
No, they checked every time.
Oh, well, that's nice of them.
Yeah, it's just that's the only time it actually was low.
But then again, like...
I mean, it's all good. It was above 3 and below 4.
I just think like the Ambos get a call from Bunnings and it's like, hello. Yeah, hello, this is Bunnings. Oh, goddamn, is it Kris again? Yeah, no, we're not coming.
No. It's either Kris or Graham.
Kris or Graham, goddamn it.
Because legitimately, I saw him yesterday. I'm like, he's like, asking how he's doing.
You don't look so good.
Because the day before...
Oh, so don't tell me you'd had another heart attack in the stairwell.
I don't know if it was in the stairwell or not, but yes, he did.
Oh.
He was basically...
Why is everyone dying?
So it was like the Friday that I went, he went on the Thursday.
Oh.
And then the previous time that he went the day after I did.
Oh.
Seems to be the thing that if he goes, I'm either just gone or I'm about to go.
We should bring that up with your doctor. Yeah, so whenever I go to the hospital, the person I used to work with also goes to the hospital. We don't think they're related, but they might be.
I don't think it's related, but it could be. And if it is, well, we're screwed.
We worked in the same department, I suppose. That could be it. Oh, that's so bad, though. Hey, who's going to the hospital this time? Kris or Graham? Oh, will it be breathing or heart-related? It doesn't matter. It's all bad.
I had an irregular heartbeat.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I had it all that day. Regular heartbeat, low blood sugar, breathing. Oh,
We really should throw you in a volcano. Or use the equalizer on you. Second most humane.
Look, yeah, I prefer the volcano. I get to see a volcano before I die. The inside of it too.
Okay, I'm gonna first up. I've never been near that many volcanoes, but I don't really think they're anything to write home about.
No, I don't think it would.
They kind of just look like a mountain.
In my defense, I wouldn't be writing home about it.
Really hot mountain.
I would be getting thrown in. There would be no writing home.
We'll write a letter. We'll allow it.
True.
We'll allow it this one time.
Okay.
It's just so bad. It's so bad, and it's funny to me because of how bad it is, and the fact that it's been going on for so long, and it's just like the health system is probably fine.
It's only been 8 months.
8 months is so long. Like, okay, I get it. Like,
I've been dealing with it for 8 months. Fucking sucks.
Being in your mid to late 20s, 8 months is like, you know, it's not as long as it would be if you were like 8 months old, right? You know,
Yeah.
that's just how time works. But that's a fucking long time to be dealing with one issue that the medical explanation is, yeah, we don't know. And it's like, but don't worry, we'll send you to see a we'll send you to see a specialist. And then you're like, oh, cool. And then it's like, no, we've got to redo these tests that you've already done before we'll allow you to see a specialist. Okay. Why? Because reasons.
Oh, we're also going to make you wait 3 months to do all of them.
and then you keep coming in. And it's like the people that are like, oh, we're going to make you do these tests because you might not be as bad as we think. And then like they see you every like second week and it's like, oh yeah, we see you're booked in to come and see a respiratory specialist. Yeah. It's bad. It's really funny,
like
but
I was just saying it to Riley today. It's like, how's the breathing going? It's like, is it getting better? I'm like, no, not really. Considering I've been to the hospital 4 times in the last year. And he's like, shit. And it's like, yeah, 2 of them were in the last month.
Well, if we follow the maths, it means that in about February, you should be going every week.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Yeah.
I hope you get your punch card done, you know?
Oh,
redeem that free coffee.
I don't drink coffee. Oh.
I just find that so fucking... It's atrociously bad, yet it's so funny because of how atrociously bad it is. It's just like, oh god.
Oh yeah.
On the plus side, by the time you actually do get it, you probably won't have to go to Brisbane because it will be a fucking emergency. So they should shunt you into the guy here who's like, yeah, I work in the private sector, unless it's an emergency. It's like, so can you come see this guy? Oh, I only do emergencies. Yeah, it's a bit of an emergency.
Yeah. You probably should have seen him like 5 months
He comes
ago.
into the hospital like every 3 days now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
And then me lying there saying, couldn't we have done this 5 fucking months ago?
I've just realised something.
Yeah.
You could be our very own Darth Vader.
I've been called it many times while using the spacer.
Well, technically he uses a respirator, so we'll have to wait till you get one of those. But at the rate you're going, that's not far away.
I mean, I can breathe in fine. It's the out that's the issue.
That's just confusing.
How is that confusing?
Because that's the part that is like not an issue. People can make you do that accidentally by stepping on you.
I mean, I'm aware of that.
It's like, I can't breathe out. Breathing in, yeah, that's fine.
No, I still breathe out. It's just very bad.
Maybe you should just hire someone to squeeze you every now and then. Who is this? This is Enrique. He is my squeezer.
He's my squeezer. He is here.
You can tell by his strong arms.
He's here to squeeze the last of the CO2 out of my lungs.
Wait, what's his job? Well, I can breathe in fine, I just can't breathe out, so if I'm having trouble, he just uses his strong arms and upper body to squeeze me. Okay, but why is he shirtless? Because he's so handsome. I think that one speaks for itself.
Are you not looking at him right now?
Look at him, he's a tanned Adonis.
Jeez.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Be a weird ass job.
Yes, it would be a very weird ass job.
Hey, can I hire you? You're just gonna squeeze me every so often. What? No, don't think about it weird. It's not weird.
I just need someone to squeeze me.
As he's like ready to punch you in the face, he's like, no, just can't breathe out. Just need you to help.
This isn't a weird kink thing, it's just I need assisted breathing. Oh, okay.
Sure, how much are you gonna pay? Food?
Oh,
Roof over your head?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot the part that I have to live with you. Oh god, fuck. No, but that is 100% something I would do.
Hire someone to just do that.
Even that, just like hire someone to walk around me without a shirt on. Why? Because he's so handsome. So it's a weird thing to do. Yes it is. But look how handsome he is.
People say looks don't get you anywhere.
His job. See, I've always had a problem with that because it's like, well, looks don't get you anywhere. It's like, have you met models?
It's true.
They fly around the world purely because of their looks.
That is true.
They go everywhere because of their looks. Their entire job is based on their looks. No, I fucking love it. I do. But yeah, that's just. So it's one of those things that I love to do because it's like, but Darcy, you like girls? Yes, but he's handsome. What don't you get about that? Oh fuck!
Are you not enjoying the view? Well, yeah, but still. Then shut up.
I just like pretty things, okay?
Is that so hard to understand?
I just like to be surrounded by pretty things. And he's really good at squeezing me every now and then.
It's gonna be a statement that you say to someone, and it's just gonna get you some weird looks.
Yeah, but I don't care about that.
That's fair though.
Okay.
I feel like you'd walk around.
I just need a man to squeeze me every now and then. Kris, are you okay? No, I have difficulty breathing. Hence why I needed squeezing.
Yes.
Oh. I thought you meant something completely different. No!
Keep your mind out of the gutter, motherfucker.
But he's also very good at giving hugs. Probably comes from his excellent squeezing muscles.
Oh shit. It's fucking cold.
Ambulance rocks up. Why is this shirtless guy coming with us? Oh, here's my squeezer.
My squeezer. Squeezing hasn't been working recently.
His name's Enrique. He's also very handsome. Yeah. Oh god.
Hey, you can even be the chauffeur.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Chauffeur / squeezer.
Now I'm just thinking about, you know how like in like Hollywood movies and stuff when they're like at like a super fancy party.
Yeah.
And there's like the topless dudes walking around serving and they've just got like the collar and the cuffs.
Yeah.
Because he's a driver, he needs to be formal, so he's just got the collar and the cuffs and the hat. Why don't you just buy him a shirt? Because he's so handsome.
Do you want him to put a shirt on? Yes, get the fuck out of here. Leave.
Do you want him to put a shirt on? Problem is, we know so many people who be like, yes, and you're like, oh, he's so insecure.
Sure.
Just walk up to Enrique and pat him on the chest and say, Enrique, you're handsome. You'll feel so much better about it. He doesn't mind. Look at him. He's so happy.
Look at the smile on his face.
He knows he's handsome. That's the scary part. When they know they're handsome, that's... Whoa, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I just, like, picture, like, a Spanish guy. Because, like, he'd be fine with, like, I just like picture like the super buff Spanish guy being like, yes, you can come touch my pecs. Come touch them. You're like, no, I'm fine. That'd be weird. No, not weird at all. Come.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It's like what I love about like chill people who are just like, I don't give a fuck. And then, and then other people are like, no, it's weird. And they're like, no, it's not. People do it all the time.
It's fine.
Just like, yeah. We live in a funny world.
Yeah. It's funny the right word?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
No, I'm just like, I just remember like Jaden's birthday party at your place. We were like standing at the bar and he walked up and slapped me in the ass. And so I just like turned around and went, eh, and he went, jump back. And I was like, dude, I knew you were going to do that. And he's like, it's weird. I'm like, no, what's weird is your reaction. I'm like, because I just know what you, as I said to him, you know, I have no fucking, like, limits with that kind of shit. I'm like, I walk up and slap people in the ass all the time. Man, women, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, it's funny when it's a man, though, because you do it and they go, what'd you do that for? And you're like, hey.
Hey. Please leave. Just leave.
Especially with Jaden. Like, Jaden was the funniest one because I'd always just be like,
just fucking playing basketball against you. Fuck's sake. Every time, trying to take a shot.
I know, because it's off-putting.
It's just distracting.
It is.
I became desensitized to it, but still.
Man, that's the whole point. Yeah, that's the whole point. As I said, like, yeah. I just always found it super funny because like Jaden would try and be like, hey, and I'd just be like, dude, you know I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Yeah. Like, I spent 4 years living in an all-male college. I don't care about that shit.
It's fair.
Like fucking.
If that doesn't manage to desensitize you, nothing will.
Dude. Fucking Chad, like, so we'd fucking go like out and play like touch and stuff, and then we'd go to the uni bar and get like double happy hour.
Well, of course.
And so like you'd rush back and like me and Nick would be like, fuck, go have a quick shower, freshen up, and you know you got 2 beers with you.
Yeah.
So you finish one on the way back to college, you chuck one in the shower beer, obviously. Then you sit there, you know, washing yourself, and then Nick's like, are you ready to go? And you're like, dude, you're still in the shower too. He's like, yeah, but I'm ready to go. And you're like, dude, you're in the shower. And it was like, that was just one of the things. And then like, I can't remember who it was, but I was saying something, and I was like, wait, you talk to other dudes in the shower? And it's like, yes. Like, that's weird. It's like, what? Why is that weird?
Make it weird.
It's like, it's not weird. It's like, I fucking remember one day Nick being like, hey, do you have shampoo? I'm like, fucking just toss shampoo over the top of the thing. I was like, oh, I need my shampoo now. But yeah, no.
Couldn't have just turned around and said, no, you can wait.
No, I was just like, here you go. Oh.
I was about to do that.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, because I've always been very comfortable with who I am, I have no issue with like fucking around with people and just being like stupid.
Fair.
And like, I think it was really when I came back here and I was just like watching people and I was like, no homo, and you're like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's like, oh, well, me and this other guy touched hands, and it's like,
fucking ignore it and keep walking.
my God,
Or make it weird.
is that the end of the world?
There's 2 options in that.
Nothing weird about 2 bros walking down the street holding hands. It's lovely. It's sweet.
There's 2 options. Ignore it.
Maybe one
Or embrace it.
maybe one of them is a little bit of a flight risk. Might run out in front of traffic, so you got to keep them in check.
Well, that's it.
But yeah, no, I just like yeah.
Especially when they're drunk.
It's like one of my little sister's friends showed me something. I was like, what was it? 2 guys sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay or some shit like that. And I was like,
That is the phrase.
and I was just like, what kind of fucking world do we live in?
This one?
I'm just like, this is ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It is. It just became a thing.
It's sad.
Yep.
Makes me sad, Kris.
A lot of things do.
It's like I was talking to someone one day, and they were like, we're talking about like famous people, and I was like, Zac Efron is a fine-looking man. They're like, I've never noticed, and I was like, the fuck you talking about? I'm like, have you not seen him in Baywatch? The man was ripped as motherfucker. You would kill for his body. He was and his face is handsome. And they're like, oh, I've never noticed, and I was just like, you are dead to me. It's true.
It's fun to notice these things. You don't have to be attracted to
It's like, okay. You can look at Zac Efron and say, he's a handsome man.
Yeah.
And he's fit. You don't have to go like, yeah, I'd fuck him.
That's pretty much it.
It's
like
they're not mutually exclusive.
It's like, I can agree with this statement and just.
It's like walking up to a building going, oh, that's a pretty building. I'm not going to fuck it. It's a building.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's something that I've like noticed heaps here. Is like, they're like, oh, talk about an actor, and they'll someone be like, oh, she's hot. And it's like, yeah, she was in the movie with Zac Efron. Oh yeah. Like, it was a very good movie. There was two very good-looking people as the leads. It's like, oh, I don't know anything about Zac Efron. Bullshit.
Unless you've actually never seen anything of his, it's the only time you.
It's like bullshit.
So I can turn around and like, I agree. It's like you could call someone handsome. Doesn't mean you're attracted to them.
No. And it's something that I've always said to people because I'm like, okay, what you've got to realize is that humans like attractive things because we like to be surrounded by things that look nice.
Yes.
Again, if you buy a really, really nice looking painting, doesn't mean you're gonna fuck it just because you like to look at it. Just because you think it looks nice. It doesn't mean you're gonna fucking... But no, it's just like, whenever it comes to like actors, guys are just like, oh, I don't know anything about that. Like, so many guys here are just like, you're like, oh yeah, he's a handsome man. I don't know anything about that. Seriously? Use your eyes. Look at him. Handsome. Can you see him? Can you see it? Handsome. No, I don't see it. It's just like, I'll keep my eye on you. You're a danger to this world.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's just one of the funniest things I find because they're like so many people, especially here. It could just be Rockhampton, but
Could be.
it's just like, no, I'm not gay. No, I'm not gay. And it's like,
No one said you were. Now I'm
I just
starting
said
to question.
I just sat down and said, hey guys, how's it going? Just grabbed a beer. Why'd you start saying that?
I wasn't going to say it, but now I'm questioning it.
It's like the other thing that pisses me off, and like, it pisses me off so much because, like, again, Sydney, and we'd always go out drinking at the pub, and like seriously, you'd sit down and like you might sit on someone's leg because you're all cramped into a fucking table, and they just kind of squidge down and like everyone's shoved up. Here, you sit and you touch shoulders, and the guy's like, space, man, space. It's like, dude, my shoulder touched your shoulder. Yeah, I'm not gay though.
No one said you were. Fuck on.
Our shoulders touch. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We might have an issue if my dick is in your asshole, but until then, we're fine.
Exactly. It's pretty fucking straightforward.
Ridiculous. People are ridiculous.
Oh, that's for sure.
And it's just like, as I said, like as someone who fucking will walk up to someone and give them a big old hug, especially Jono.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's just Jono or like he tried to do it to like be like Jade and be like, haha, I freaked you out. But when he like hugged me the first time, I just kind of hugged him back. I'm not sure if he was like trying to be like, I gotcha, I freaked you out, or he was just, that's just Jono and he's just a very loving person.
It's one of the two.
But yeah, no, like, Jono walks up and gives me a hug and I'm just like, oh, baby boy. And then he sits on my fucking lap and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, he did that at one of my family events. He sat down and went, what the fuck are you doing?
Jono.
Another, I'm trying to drink, get the fuck off my lap.
Dude, he sat on my lap one day and I went, oh, Jono, you're on a bony butt.
So my uncle fucking walked past later, he's like, what the hell was that about? He's like, I don't fucking know, he just sat down.
Jono was
and
just...
you didn't tell him to get off. It's like, fucking bastard.
Again, and as I said, Jono may not have been when I first met. I don't know. Because I had just met him.
Yeah.
But he's very much like me. He just doesn't care. Because he's comfortable with who he is.
Yeah,
and who he is someone who likes to hug and sit on other people's laps.
I just turned around to my when he's asked the question, it's Jonathan.
It's also like the time that he walked up to me one day and said something, so I just started rubbing his nipples. And he was like, I wasn't expecting that. I was like,
neither was I.
It happened. And he was like, yes, it did. And then we went and drank some alcohol.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, no. I just find it hilarious that people are like, oh, a piece of your body made contact with a piece of my body. I'm not gay. And it's just like, me and Jono. I think every time I walk up to Jono, I just go like this at him now. Give him a nice little squeeze.
He fucking does it to me too.
It's because it's fun. It's just like, oh.
No, he does it just to check, and he's like, "Hey, you put some more muscle on, I see."
Jono, those are my boobies.
I must do check this every time.
But yeah, no, I just like it's like that is just that's life. Like that is part of life. That's about I just it annoys me when I see people who are just like, oh my god, my pinky touched your pinky. Someone might think we're holding hands. Like no one thought that, and your reaction is both overblown and hilarious. So,
yes. Which makes people make fun of it.
All you've done is draw attention to that fact, and the fact that you're afraid of it. Like that's the big thing. It's like, like, hey, watch this. Nothing. What if I'd gone, oh! You're like, that's weird. That is an overreaction if I've seen it. Now, if you do that, and there's a spider, and it bites you, then you can...
Well, of course.
What bit you, spider? Actually, I did my first aid course a couple years back, and I got given the funniest piece of advice ever from the paramedic who did it.
Yes.
Good old, and he was like, because we were talking about snake and spider bites, and he's like, the funny thing with snake bites, he goes, no matter what snake bites them, it's always about this long and brown. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, because like, I'm like, what if it's a black snake? And he's like, nope, this long and brown. They're always this long and brown. And he's like talking about, he's like, yeah, so there was this kid got bitten by a snake, came in to the, we picked him up, took him to the hospital, and we're like, okay, so do you know what kind of snake bit you? He goes, this long and brown. He goes, a few weeks later, a woman, this long and brown. Like, snakes are always this long and brown. He goes, and spiders are always this big and black. And he's like, and that's why it's very important we don't wash spider or snake bites, because the people who get bitten know nothing. And we need to know what bit them so that we can treat them. But yeah, it was just so funny because he's like telling us all these stories. He's like, and the snake is always this long and brown. And it's like, because what? That's where your arms fall naturally.
It really is. It's about this big.
And Kris, I heard you saw a snake the other day. Yeah, it was this long and brown. It was just like one of the stupidest things.
Someone else told us it was like completely white. It's like, no, it's just long and brown.
It was just this anecdote that I heard, and I was just like, that is probably the funniest thing, because like people who have just been bitten by a snake, especially in Australia, are going to be panicking. It's like, what was the snake that bit you? Just long and brown. It was just this long and brown. It's like, oh, excellent.
Oh, excellent. You have no idea.
That's like, and especially considering like we have a lot of snakes that are brown.
Well, yes.
We have so many snakes. Especially like in Queensland, where it's like, oh, what bit you? Well, it could have been a taipan. They're like fucking black and yellow striped.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, what bit you? It was a snake. It was this long and brown. Okay, so it was a yellow belly black snake.
No, I could have sworn it was this long and brown. You know what? I'll let you think that.
But yeah, he also told us a story about like he was out at bush somewhere, and like he got a call from another guy, and he's like, there's a snake. He was in the toilet, and the snake was between him and the door, and he's just like, I can't get out. There's a snake. He's like, okay, what kind of snake is it? He goes, it's about 3 foot and brown. He gets there, the snake's like this big. It's like this tiny little snake. It's just like, okay.
So it's just because, like, you don't really get taught too much about how long a foot is in school. Anyway, you still do. But
No,
it's like you don't
but-
pay much attention to it.
The thing
You
is,
never use it.
I think it's like in the human mind, it's, you know, a snake that long is a pretty big snake, and it's like this long and brown. It's just like it was big. That's why I was worried about it. It was big.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like I have to work with feet every time I go to work. You should get the old person in. It's like, so
Hey.
roughly how big?
wait, hang on, I can do this.
It's like, roughly how big's the room? And they're just like, it's about 30 by 12. It's like, meters or feet?
Yeah, see, I used to get that a lot too.
It's
And
just like, as soon as they'd say, like, oh no, feet, it's like, oh fuck, I have to do maths now. Thank you.
see, I hate that even more because I used to get the same thing.
Everyone works
and,
with,
and
every
my,
company now works with square meterage.
yes,
so it's
because that's correct.
I now have to fucking convert it over. It's like, yeah, fuck you.
See, no, I have an issue though I've always had an issue with that because, like, when we were working with tiles, it was the same thing. Oh, how big's the room? Oh, about this by this. Oh, and then they'd try and do the translation into meters, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there. The worst word that you said in that whole thing wasn't feet. It was about.
This is true.
I'm like, because the difference between 30 feet by 20 feet, I can transfer that into meters really quickly. I have this wonderful thing called the internet that will do that really accurate, and I don't have to worry about a thing.
True.
The about worries me because you could be a foot off, you could be a mil off, you could be a meter off.
Yes.
It's like, so how about we go get a tape measure and you come back and give me some exact numbers, because then I can tell you how much you need for it, not about how much you need for it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, on that wonderful revelation, fuck. As always, thanks for joining us. I've been Darcy. He's been Kris.
Shit, that was my name?
And next week, joined by Enrique.
Oh, I see.
Because Kris needs a squeezer. No, but thanks for joining, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff that comes with. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Fail.